What's up, everybody, and welcome to Do-It-Yourself Doctor Work. Today's lesson is watch out for little wires that get shot into your body. What? I know what you're thinking. But Andrew, that never happens to me. Why would that happen to anybody? Yeah, so that's what I thought too. Until towards the end of last year, I decided I wanted to fix up my basement a little bit so that my kids had somewhere to play. And I took a couple days off work that I needed to use and thought, well, you know what? I'll go get some carpet squares. I'll do some painting, fix some mortar.
It was at this point Andrew had no idea he was about to fuck up.
I fixed my Lazy Susan, which might be another video because Lazy Susans are really hard to fix. Anyways, I was using one of these wired angle grinders to get off some of the stone and stuff from the concrete cylinders. And one of these little wires right here broke off and shot through my coveralls, through my jeans, and right in between my calf muscle. See, x-rays right here. So it goes in my leg, and I'm wearing white coveralls, so I didn't think much of it because I didn't see any blood. So I kept working, and it just felt like a thump. So I kept working, and a couple minutes later, my heart rate jumped, my adrenaline kicked in, and I knew something wasn't right. And so I went to go take off my coveralls, expecting to see like blood or something, and there was nothing there. And so I thought, well, maybe it was just a rock that hit me, and I'm having an anxiety attack about it or something. I didn't know what was going on. So I decided to stretch because I thought maybe it was a Charlie horse. So I was stretching around, doing all this yoga and stuff. And finally, I could tell my heart rate was up. I could tell something wasn't right. So I decided to go to the hospital. I went to the emergency room, and they x-rayed my leg, which you saw just a second ago. I'll put it up again because it's cool. And they could see that this little metal here, which is like the size of, thread, but about, an inch long or so, was right dead center in my calf muscle. And so I went and saw a surgeon, and they said, well, we can't do anything for you. And so I thought, well, surely they got to do something. It's the 21st century. So I went and saw another surgeon, and the second surgeon was like, well, just so you know, with it being so small, we would either have to constantly be x-raying you to find it, or we would have to dissect your calf muscle. And that's the word he used, was dissect. And I was like, I don't really want to dissect my calf muscle. So I decided to skip it. And I asked him, I said, so what can I expect? And he said, well, 6 to 8 weeks, you should be feeling pretty close to normal. And sure enough, 6 to 8 weeks later, I was feeling pretty close to normal. I was back into my regular exercise routine. Not as much weight, but it was feeling good. And then I helped my mother move a washer and dryer from her basement out of her basement. And something tweaked. And I thought, that feels weird. And a couple days later, I had this bulge in my calf that was popping out, as you can see from this picture. And so I immediately emailed the doctor and said, hey, here's what's going on, sent him a bunch of pictures. What would you recommend? And the response was, if you'd like to make an appointment with Dr. So-and-so, feel free to email us or call us to schedule an appointment. So I felt like I was going to get in this endless routine of getting x-rays, talking to surgeons, and my medical bills were just going to go up, go up, go up, go up. So I thought, if the muscle had moved it to the outside of my leg, maybe it would push it out. So I waited a couple of days, and it went back down, and I didn't know what to do, but I had what looked kind of like a zip right here. Check that out. And so what I did was I took this little magnet right here, and I decided to put that over the head of what looked like a zip. And 24 hours later, I took off the magnet, and blood was coming out from there. So I'm hoping that's because the magnet's pulling the metal out. But I thought, the magnet can only pull so far before the metal hits and is flush. So with this magnet, it's completely flat. And so I'm worried that when the metal comes to the magnet, it kind of hits and won't come further out than that. And I definitely do not want to go digging in my leg for this metal. So I want to come up with a way to pull the metal out a little bit to where I can get the forceps around it without digging in my leg. So I'm taking this washer, which I found in my like tools, my miscellaneous screws and whatnot. I've washed it with kitchen soap. I'm going to put some fire on it using a lighter. And then I'm going to use, oh my goodness. Well, that's not good. I'm going to put some fire on it. The idea is I'm trying to sterilize this here. And because it's going to be close to the flesh, it's going to be close, ooh, that's hot, to the open wound from the metal coming out. So I want to make sure that I get this as clean as possible. And I hope I'm doing this right. And then I've got some isopropyl alcohol. I don't know if I said that right. And I'm just completely soaking this metal in here. I'm going to do the same with the magnet. Just plop that in there. And use these Q-tips to make sure I clean it really well. I looked online and all of the videos everybody had of this type of surgery, they were all, they would cut an incision and then dig in there, And I don't have that luxury. I'm not going to dig into my leg. I'm not that crazy. It's a little crazy doing what I'm doing, I admit that, but I'm not like straight up nuts. So I'm washing this washer to make sure it's clean. I'm going to set that out. I'm washing the magnets to make sure they're clean. If you don't know this, alcohol actually causes water to evaporate. So let's say you drop your phone in the toilet or whatever, throw it in some alcohol and then put it in the oven for a little bit and dry it out. Just put the oven on warm or put the phone in the hot sun and your phone will work again. Anyway, so I have cleaned the magnet, the washer, and now what I'm going to do is clean my little wound here. Probably can't see this, but since I have it poking through a little bit, I want to make sure that I keep this clean so that I don't get an infection. That was one thing that I did get from the emergency room was they gave me an antibiotic to make sure I didn't get any infections. I'm also going to use some hydrogen peroxide. Alright. So if you're wondering what it felt like when it went in, it just felt like a thump. I wasn't even sure something went in. But since then, it's been back and forth between feeling okay and then feeling like I'm being tattooed or something. And it's not great. I don't have any tattoos, so I think I'm going to get a tattoo after this is all said and done so that I can tell people like it hurt either as bad or not as bad as a tattoo. Alright, so everything's clean. I'm going to grab a Band-Aid. Oh, wait a minute. I came prepared. And what I'm going to do is, let's see. This hole is like the perfect size for this washer. So I'm going to try the smaller magnet for now, which is also, as you can see, almost the exact size of the washer. And I'm going to put the center of the washer directly above the hole in my leg so that it pulls the wire out that much, the width of this washer, so I can grab it and pull it out. Hopefully it works. And I don't have to have a piece of metal in my leg anymore. while I'm putting on this Band-Aid, if you're enjoying this craziness, please do me a favor and scroll down to the bottom and like, subscribe, tell your friends. Alright, I'm going to try and put this on my leg here. I'll put this out, maybe you can see it. I'm not sure about the angle, but putting that directly over, and there you go. Alright, so I'm going to leave that magnet on for the next day or so. See what happens. So it's been a couple days since I've implemented the magnet strategy by putting the magnet contraption on my leg to see if it'll pull the metal out. So what I'm going to do right now is take it off, look to see if it's come out any further, and if it's come out far enough to grab. Alright, so I take this magnet over the piece of metal that's coming out of my leg. And I use this masking tape because I didn't really have anything else. I couldn't find my hockey tape. I think my oldest daughter has it for something, but hockey tape probably would have been a little bit better because this stuff doesn't really cling to the body very well. And it's ripping my leg hairs out. I shaved the part of my leg where that metal is coming through, but I didn't shave the rest of my leg. I'm curious to see how much I got today. You can kind of see right there. Oh, I can barely feel it, but I can feel it. And what I did was I took the magnet with another magnet and then put a washer around it so it would pull it out a little bit. Now I've got these here, which, ooh, look at that. Oh my goodness. Am I gonna see it? It's right there. Let's see if I can get it. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh my gosh, this is like, oh my gosh, I'm about to start crying. This is so great. This has been in my body. This has been in my body for 2 months. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at that. Oh. Oh my God. This is so fantastic. Thank you, Jesus. Holy cow. Oh my God. I cannot believe it. Oh. Wow. 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 Thank you, Jesus. Okay, so it's been a few minutes. I've washed up the exit wound. I just want to tell you that this little thing, when it came off of the grinder, shot into my leg right here. And then over the last 2 months, it's gone to where it came out to the back end of my leg. The surgeon said it wouldn't come out. They said it was in there. I cannot believe this. This is a prayer answered. If you don't believe in prayer, oh man, you should. It works wonders. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you for watching. I know this video is crazy, but thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Tell your friends. This is great. Have a great night.